Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from LastStandGamers, and welcome to episode 23 of Space Engineers. So for decades now, militaries from all around the world have used the art of camouflage and concealment to blend their vehicles, troops, and aircraft into their environment. So my question is, can you do this in space? Or more importantly, can you do this in Space Engineers? So there's two sorts of camouflage. There's standard blending into the environment, and then there's optical illusions. Optical illusions make your ship harder to target, harder for people to judge distance between you and your ship, and just basically the motion of the ship itself. So we've got 7 simple colours, as you may say, in Space Engineers. So we've got from black to green. These are all simple ships, and I'm just going to zoom out to show how they don't blend in with the environment. The black one does a very good job, I have to say. So as you can see here, we've got up to the black one. The black one does a very good job of blending into the environment, and if you wanted any of the colours, black would be the one for the best sort of stealthy sort of ship, because if you look on that background, it works, but it just doesn't work amazingly, but you can still see it's there. Alright, so let's move on to camouflage in your ship. So in space, we've got this dark black colour. The question we need to ask ourselves is, why is space black? Well, this is not really a black colour, it's because of darkness. Darkness is areas where light is not, and that's what makes this dark black colour. So what we need to take consideration is what else is in the environment. So we've got these asteroids and stars that are white in the form. So these are some of the camouflages I've came up with. Here we've got the simple white on black. So this is very simple, but it breaks up the shape, and that's what we're trying to do with the camouflage. We're trying to stop the shape from looking too normal. Obviously it's very hard to do it with square sort of blocks and colours, but you can do it. So this is what I call starstruck, or an asteroid stripe, and basically this from a distance looks like it's some sort of belt of an asteroid, something that's blurry off into the distance. Obviously camouflage works further away. Up close you can't really tell how it works. So here we've got a green one. Green works very well in space, surprisingly. You'd think it would be an earthly greeny sort of woodland colour, but it also works in space very well if you combine it with the black and greys. This is a transition ship, so what you can do with this ship, as I'll just show you, you angle it at such a shape so it breaks up. You see how that angle is broke up? The problem with the white though is it reflects a lot of light. So let's zoom in, zoom out, and actually have a look at our camouflages. So we've also got a simple green and grey one there, just to show you an example. So as we come out here, we'll come out to this zoom level. This camouflage one's broke up very well. You couldn't even tell this is a ship, to be honest. The way this is broke up, it just looks like a stripe going down the middle. And this one blends pretty well as well, but these little dots look too perfect, too well spaced out. So let's go out further. So if we start going out further, you can start to see them blend even more. Because this one has these stripes across it, you kind of start to wonder, because I mean, imagine you're not looking for a ship here, you're just looking into the environment. You can just imagine these stripes being unnatural for any sort of ship to actually have on them. Where this one kind of blends in, but it kind of confuses your mind. You don't actually know what you're looking at when you're looking at this one. I mean, it's clear what these are, but what are you actually looking at? So there's some interesting camouflage designs for you. But let's move on to the optical illusion. These are ships for when you want to absolutely defy the enemy's sort of logical thinking. So we've got two options here. We've got this kitchen tile design, and we've got this stripe, vertical and horizontal. So the kitchen stripe one basically works as it adds depth to different areas, and the more you focus on it, a more depth is added to different areas. So if we zoom out, so you can already see it starting to not merge with the environment, but create an optical illusion. You can just, if looking at it almost hurts your eyes, and trying to judge your distance towards that is made even harder because it looks almost 2D rather than a 3D object. Like these are very clear, and you can tell the divide in the shadow. This is all pixelated as it feels, and it doesn't feel like it's actually there, it feels like it's further away. So this is vertical and horizontal stripes. The concept of this one is direction. It's to confuse you from working out exactly what direction the ship is in, even though it's clearly going in this direction, because the horizontal white lines would suggest that it's like a knitted sort of pattern fashion. And I mean, the further we go away from it, the more confusing that actual shape actually gets. I mean, these look like something from 2D compared to these ones. I mean, these are not exactly made for camouflage, but they do create that sort of atmosphere we're looking for. So I'll just take you down onto the horizontal axis here. So obviously these ships are just a prototype, just to demo these camouflages, and they seem to be working extremely well. So you'll have to tell me what you guys are thinking about and what sort of camouflages you've done on your ship, or have you even thought about camouflages at all? And here's something else to be thinking about. What happens in multiplayer when you go away from keyboard, you log out? Will your ship just be left there? Will camo be a necessity to keeping your ship? As a lone traveller or a businessman or even just a cargo pilot, when you log out, will your ship be there, or will it have been pillaged by sort of raiders and stuff because it's just left there abandoned in space? So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.